Okay, so for the past 4 years now, a good majority of Americans have not been receiving tax returns back. And if somebody says, oh, well, I received some back or this, well, no, you didn't, because now I have to call you out as a liar because that's what you are. But I'm going to explain on what's happening, on why for the past 4 years no one has been receiving tax returns back. And I'm seeing a lot of people on social media now for the fourth year, people that, I follow, who follow me, we see each other's statuses and no one has been receiving nothing back for 4 years. There used to be a time where you could receive tax returns back. And it doesn't matter if you were married or have kids. It doesn't matter if you had kids or not married or don't have kids or don't have or not even married at all. You would receive tax returns back. Now, then you also have, you do have to take into consideration, what about those that have kids who are claiming them on their taxes? Yeah, that used to be a thing. You would say, okay, oh, you got kids? Okay, well, here's some tax money back. But now it's not like that no more. Because they don't care if you have kids or if you're claiming them on your taxes. So what's going on? Well, if you take a look at the new policies that took place with Obama while he was still in office, what he wanted to do, and this is what he did, he signed the new policies, right? But them policies didn't even matter. New policies was this: in order to get tax return back, your pay must be around the $500, $400, or lower than $400 mark, right? In order to get tax return back, you must make at least from $500 almost to $1,000. Majority. You must be married and have kids. You must be married and have kids. Now, if you have kids and not married, you ain't going to be receiving shit. Well, now with Trump in office, them policies don't matter. Because what Trump wanted to do, and this is what he said, he wanted the rich to get tax returns back. So us as citizens, we're taking care of the rich and famous. They ended up just getting, and this was reported, and several of them even said, yeah, they got tax returns back thanks to us. The citizens, the people that won't be receiving tax returns. So how much they get back? Around the $35,000, $45,000 mark in tax returns. So we're feeding and taking care of the rich and famous, the wealthy. And I'm saying this because when for the past 4 years, everyone went to file taxes, and I'm sitting there waiting like everyone else, and you're hearing the conversations. You can't help but to overhear, Nobody has been receiving anything back. Nobody's receiving anything back. Because the past 3 years, we couldn't figure out why until now. So check this out. Now they want to start counting everyone's pay, right? Everyone's pay who lives in a household. So mom, she makes a $400 check every 2 weeks from work. I make a $400 check every month from SSI. That's right. They count SSI pay towards taxes. Everyone says, oh, well, you can't pay for taxes with SSI. Yeah, you can. Because I remember when I first started, then after about a year, I had to go into the human service office, bring some papers, receipts, get myself, they wanted to file me for taxes there, and then go get them registered. But remind you, I was at the age of around 22. Right? But we all know about that but those that know about that little particular story, just listen to the Trust and Money in-depth interview that's on this channel, because that was a setup. But there were people there that did have to bring all that stuff that I said just to file and register for taxes from SSI. So that's that little side note right there. That's important. But then you also take what I get with food stamps, which is $175 every month. You add all that up within a year, and that came out to $11,700. That's not a good. That's not that. That's a, $11,700. That ain't too bad, but it ain't much either. But here to us in America, any amount of money is something, and of course, we're going to set our own mothers up, sell out our own brothers and sisters, and kill each other over $5. But you see a certain amount like that, what I just named, from that to even 5,000 to even like $2,000 or even a measly $1,000, which is $1,000. We're gonna kill each other over that in America. That's us. That's how we do it. It's the American way, right? Well, because of our checks are below $500 to around that $400 to about $100 below $400, they added all that up and they said, you guys make too much. You take those that work from dead-end factory jobs, right? Factory jobs don't make much money. They make what? The $350, almost $400? Well, I could say that here where I stay at. You have those that went to file taxes. They said the same. Some of them, their pay didn't even add up to almost $5,000. But you know what they said to them? You make too much money within a year. You make too much. You take people that work at fast food joints, right? Fast food joints are what? $400 every Friday. You file for taxes. You know what they told them? You make too much money. Or you take the fast food. I don't know how many guys may have been in joints like this one about the name. Hold up. You guys have to excuse me. It's storming outside and my dogs don't like the storm like that. They're special needs dogs, so they're gonna act up. Anyways, I was about to say, I don't know how many guys have been to joints where, let's say if you're like on the road traveling, it doesn't matter if you're on vacation or if you drive truck. You see the trucks, like you have some truck stops that have a mixture with like a fast food joint mixed in them together. And they only make, from what I know, $120. My ex-friend of mine worked at a place like that. His paycheck was only $120 every Friday. There were people like that file for taxes who works at joints like that. So, anyway, you take like that $120 check from the truck stop / fast food joints that are put in together. And again, my ex-friend used to work at joints like that. And there were people who were filing for taxes who worked at places like that. And again, they said, well, you make too much. Really? And some good majority of these people, or some, have children who they claimed on their taxes. Well, that don't matter no more, because not only are you not receiving nothing back, even with you making that low amount of money for your paycheck every year, not only do you may have kids, but now to the government, you make too much money. $120, $350, $400, $500 ain't shit, because that's gone within the day, because you got things to pay with that money. You also take into consideration those that make that $500 to almost $1,000 to $15,000 to almost $2,000 mark. Now, they're making money, but even they don't qualify for a tax return because, you make too much money. Again, even with them having children, you're making too much money. If we're making too much money, then describe to me how in the fuck are we having such a hard time trying to keep up with our rent, trying to keep up to make sure utilities are paid, trying to keep some food in the fucking house, and taking care of our kids and trying to make sure they get to school every day and try to keep them in school. You see what I'm saying? I remember about, I want to say it was around this time last year. I could be wrong on that, but this sounds about right. No, I want to say it was, and I remember there were some people actually talking about this, because even I heard it, that a good majority of black people here in America will not be receiving tax money back because they were targeted as black. And this is when the early days of Trump was in office. But we've seen a lot of white people get tax returns back too that year. Well, now, going back to what I said before, it doesn't matter if you were white or black. No one's going to be receiving taxes now. Even about, that 3-year mark. Like 3 years ago, no one was getting anything back. And no one could figure out why till now. Which what I explained. Oh, you're making too much money. You also have to look into where our money's going, since we're not getting nothing back. And this is, and it's all of us here in America, especially those in the town where I stay at within the state of Tennessee. No one's getting nothing back. In the past 4 years, let's start with our government projects. We fund, we do know we're paying for the wall. We're funding the military, and we're keeping the rich and wealthy fed. Because they ended up getting tax returns back and not us, and that money came from the citizens' money. You also have to look at your local bills that go on with where you stay at. And I can name them pretty much in order. So, first, we built another police department. Another fire department next. Goodwill, another Goodwill. Or a new one. Rebuilding the high school. What else? Dairy Queen, because the Dairy Queen we once had here in the 80s got shut down for selling coke out of it. Remodeling Walmart. Putting in 2 new stores in the mall. Another hospital. Remodeling Kroger's. Rebuilt a new CVS. Starbucks. A couple of new housing units. Some other new buildings that are underneath construction. And construction work. So now within these past 4 years, that's what the local taxpayer citizens' money's been going towards. Plus rebuilding a bullshit a new bullshit playground. So within the past 4 years, that's at least total of 14 things that we have ended up paying for. And I'm pretty sure whoever sees this video with whatever state or city you live in, I'm pretty sure you're seeing the same things that, wait, not only did we not receive nothing back where I'm at, but look at all these new places that were being built where I stay at. And you guys are paying for it. When I mean you guys, I mean us, the citizens. So, What do we do from here as taxpayers? Since now for the past 4 years, no one's been receiving anything back. And if those that say they have, I'm calling you out. You're fucking bullshitting ass liars. I even want to take into consideration of those who want to go file for taxes, those that have to work for tips, and they barely make anything. And you know what those people said to, you know what the people at the office said to those who went to go file for taxes or work for tips? You know what they said to them? Man, you make too much money. Too much money? They don't even hit the $500 mark. And you tell them they make too much money? You see what I'm saying? So, what do we do as American citizens now? For the past 5 years, we have not been receiving any tax returns. From what I just explained to the best I can in detail, which leads up to now. You know what we should do? And I actually thought about this. Man, I actually want to do an experiment because we've been using H&R Block for a while, and a lot of people here, well, I say, use H&R Block, but there's other tax places that we could use. We choose not to. I kind of want to do I talked to my mother about this. I want to do an experiment next year when we go file taxes. I'm curious to see if we go to another place to file taxes, if we'll receive anything back. Now, it's just a theory, but who knows? But at the same time, since all of us American citizens I don't even know where I'm stumbling and fumbling because I'm trying to explain this the best I can. I guess us as American taxpayers, and all of us have not been receiving nothing back for 4 years because we make too much money even though we're not getting paid little to anything, In a sense, we're funding the rich and wealthy, which has already been proven. In a sense, the rich and wealthy got around that, $45,000 mark. What we should stop doing, and I'm being very fucking real, maybe we should stop streaming these people's music, buying these people's music, buying these people's merchandise. Stop going to the football game. Stop going to the movies. Stop working for 1 month to prove a point and then keep that going all year around. Even though we're going to be fighting just for survival. But when it comes time to do taxes, let's not even fucking file taxes as American citizens. Because, yeah, they're going to have to throw all of us in prison, but they can't hold everyone. And that would show them, hey, they figured out something. They're smarter than they look. We should give them some tax return back. Because with it going on to the 5th year, which will be right around the corner, sooner than you think, again, we're not going to be receiving nothing back. And this is us as American citizens for the past 4 years. No one here in America has been receiving nothing back. Not even those of color. And that should say a lot right there. We're keeping these people who we idolize so much fed. Their wealth comes from us. They just got a fucking tax return check thanks to fucking Trump. And some of them actually confirmed it. But here they are on the whole fuck Trump bait when you motherfuckers just got a tax return check from Trump thanks to the American citizens' money. Yeah. That's saying a lot right there. I really don't know what else to say, man. I'm out.